It's time to do some tuning. Yeah. Here we go, all converted to Haltech. Please check out the other 2 videos that I have made about this car. Team PRE Racing. Blast from the past. Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years. Gonna go hit Mary Hill this coming weekend. Hill climb. By the time this video is posted, the event might already be over. But this car is pretty cool. It's got a lot of really nice shiny parts, but on the inside, it's a basic hybrid 2.5 liter, meaning it has 2.5 liter block, 99.5 millimeter. It's not sleeved, it's not closed deck. It's got standard ARP 2000 head studs. It's just a piston motor. I'm not actually even sure it has rods. It was built 10 years ago. But we have a lot of cool parts, including the world's largest blow-off valve from Turbo Smart back in the day, the Bubba Sonic. And yeah, it's a 5862 turbo, I believe. Again, this is all like coming off my head. It's been 3 years since this car has made any kind of boost. The last time we had it out was at Autocross at Big Northwest Subaru Show, where it just basically slayed everybody. So yeah, it's on MCS's. Good stuff on the suspension, all the suspension bits under the car. It's on Falcon tires right now. I think we've got some Hoosiers for it for the weekend. SSR wheels, Rotora brakes. It's all carbon fiber fenders, doors, wing, hood, front spoiler. It's actually a 2002. It's not a blob-eye. It just got converted a long time ago. So far what we've installed: a Haltech engine management, flex fuel, fuel pressure sensor, swap the fuel. In fact, I have the list here of the things that we've done to the car. But today we're tuning. We're actually going to make power on this thing. So here we go. Haltech Elite engine management system. We still need to build a bracket and mount it and tuck a couple of these wires. I just need to loom this little bundle of auxiliaries that I wired in. But here we go, we're all set up. Previous video I kind of showed some of the setup, went through the guide, went through the injector characterization. Looks like I've got a battery box I need to install from Melee. I don't know if we'll get to that or not. Anyway, let's go ahead and fire it up. I don't think I've saved the map yet. I've just been making changes. All right, so it's been sitting for a second. We'll see how hot restart is. Warm restart, I should say, not hot. But yeah, we've got a Sparco Corsa seat there. I've got a Racetech seat here with head restraint. Car's fully caged. It's got some blitz gauges. I don't know if they work. Blower doesn't work. I don't know what that's about. Power steering doesn't work currently. We got to fix that still. But the car runs. We got gas in it. Yeah, let's see if stuff actually works. I haven't driven it yet, just been getting it set up, getting the flex fuel sorted out. So we're gonna start by rolling it on the dyno and seeing what it does. Feels like it's a little lean. I don't have a wideband sensor, so I'm literally just tuning it off of feeling right now. I do have a wideband hooked up to the dyno. It doesn't work so well at low throttle, but at high throttle it should start to read. So right now it's reading, yeah, that we're a little lean. We do have a wideband coming. It'll be here tomorrow, but we're on the dyno today, so it is what it is. See what it does. It's probably going to pop and bang and snarl and be all mad about it, but that's okay. The car was tuning out real well until you can see that big right there. That is fuel pressure differential. Big drop, hit the safety at about 6,500 RPMs and 22 pounds of boost. So went back to the back of the car, pulled out the old fuel pumps and found, oof, getting stored for so long, they've just corroded all to hell. This was an old school setup. It's a Denso pump and then just a Walbro pump, and they were just teed together and sent up. I undid the clamp there. Yeah, it worked when it worked, but this is an old way of doing things, and it was just a way of getting this thing a little bit more fuel when it needed it a while ago. But we're gonna put a real pump in here now, more modern. Like I said, this is all old school stuff. So having that fuel pressure drop, pulled these out of the tank. Look at that crap. This is just years of sitting in the tank corroded. This was a racetrack trackside fix. But what I'm gonna do is install this good old big boy pump, TI Automotive Walbro. It's a 485 liter per hour pump. But what we need to do, this is 3/8 and this is 5/16. So if you stretch a hose for a 5/16 onto a 3/8, you usually end up having a bad time. So what I'm gonna do is turn this into a 3/8 quick connect EFI so that we can build the correct hose for inside this tank. And it's only gonna take me a minute because I have a pretty handy tool here. I've shown this a couple other times and it works really good for what we're about to do. This little guy. I feel like these GoPros are just straight messing with me lately, but there it is. So now we have an EFI quick connect fitting. It was a pain in the ass, but we got it done. That was literally the absolute max I can do with this tool as far as space is concerned, but it worked. So now we can do some cool stuff to make this pump fit correctly. And again, this is that kit. It's a Master Cool universal hydraulic flaring tool set and tube cutter, and it has those EFI quick connect formers in there. Pretty trick. Works great for making that. So now what we have is, you could probably get this in a single fitting, but I have a Red Horse 5/16 to -6. And now we can put any pump we want up into here pretty easily. Let me get a little bit of oil for that because it's dry. Voila. So now we just need a little piece of hose for right there, and we now have an actual 3/8 or -6 push connect, push lock connection. So if we wanted to do a bigger pump down the road, -6, there we go. Anything we want. You could actually get these up to -8, but the internal diameter is still smaller. So anyway, so this is the correct way of doing it. Never gonna have a leak in the tank that way. So this is what I would recommend. Went ahead, crimped on the connector. Can't use shrink wrap in the fuel tank, it just dissolves, so you have to use standard nylon crimps, which is what it is. This just got dropped off to me. What is it? Well, I think I know what it is. Japanese picture. Wait, Japanese text. See if we got pictures. No pictures. Oh, there's some pictures. All right, so this is a kind of trick fuel pump surge tank thing that is really, really, really hard to fit, near impossible to install. Only a handful of people have ever even attempted it, and I'm one of them, because I'm a masochist like that. This is a new Venturi block, I think. I don't know. Take a look. Basically, it's got a trap door that lets fuel in to fill the canister, and as you go around corners, the fuel doesn't slosh out. So pretty straightforward what that's supposed to do. And we got to try to fit our pump. Should go in like that. See, and then fuel can still come in, and you're good. Marked. Camera down. Cool. And this guy, this, oops. This is the Venturi. And what that does is it siphons from the other side of the tank over when you're, that way you don't just empty out one half of the tank and leave the other half full. There you go. Now let's go see if we can get it into the tank. That is the real question, isn't it? Alright, all of this was fun and good on exercise, but the real question is, can I actually get it into the tank? I have this little tiny hole to put that big old hanger through, and it's going to be an absolute bear. Let's see if we can or not. And I'm hanging upside down on the trunk of a car with this stupid panel in the way. Sorry, it's not stupid, but it is in the way. So, let's see here. Normally you just go backwards, drop them in, and then flip it around. But the opening is literally too small. It won't even go into the opening of the tank. And that's what I remembered from the last time I did one of these. So what we're gonna have to do is undo this guy, but you have to leave the screw in there. That's why they slotted it. If only the instructions were in English. All right, you gotta take this guy off. Drop your light on your back. Definitely part of it. So we'll take that off and see if we can get this part in very carefully. And then we effectively have to reach into the tank and assemble it inside the tank. right, the does it fit proof of concept. It's in now. I still need to install the hat. I had to pull it out and slightly modify it a little bit, so this isn't gonna fit, but that's fine. So now we got to see if we can assemble this hat in the tank. It's gonna be tricky. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film it or not, but we're gonna make it happen. I'll at least get a picture so you guys can show you what we're up against here. Down there, there's that factory basket, and trying to get this to fit within that is really, really, really tricky, but it does. So there's that. So we're gonna get this piece in and hope that it all works. All right, I told you I'd show you it assembled. There it is, all assembled in the tank. Had to do some manipulation to make it work, but it's in there. Now I got to get the rest of this stuff in and going. There it is, all in there. So I'm gonna flash that down so you can see it. Level sender, pump, hanger, venturi, all of it. All right, it's all back in, and the moment of truth. Hey, we have pressure. All right. I love it when things work according to plan. Unfortunately, like always, I have other cars to build. I can't just build cool race cars all day long. I have to actually pay the bills. So let's get this thing off the dyno and get it outside. Sounds a little lean on cold start, but we'll get it dialed in. And yeah, it's E98. So anyway, I'm gonna get it pulled out and get my next appointment in, and I'll get back on this maybe later today, if not tomorrow. It is Wednesday. We've got Thursday, Friday, and an event. So coming down to the wire, but we'll get it done. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.